It's got a very, very little special place in my heart. And so when I see any bee pins, I am always reminded of Joan and her willingness to defy all odds.
Absolutely.
That was why she loved the symbolism of bees to begin with, because by all rights, the body is so large, their wings should not be able to lift them up, but some little miracle of physics or God or something makes them work the way they do.
Achieves the impossible. And didn't Joan live her whole life that way?
Yeah.
Don't you tell me I'm not going to be a comedian. Don't you tell me I'm not going to direct movies. Don't you tell me I won't have talk shows that win Emmy Awards and I won't go on to have the hottest fashion show on cable television ever, Fashion Police. She achieved the impossible every single day. And this was the origin of the bee with Joan came from a very beautiful diamond bee that her husband had made for her at Van Cleef & Arpels. And for that exact reason, she was told, get out of the business. You're not, yeah, you were on Carson, it was fine, but you're never going to really become a big star. Ooh. And look what happened. I mean, truly achieving the impossible.
Yeah.
I love it. What I do love about this particular pin is we spent a lot of time, Joan and I, coloring it to get that true Russian Faberge, that Russian, real, true, authentic St. Petersburg style to the pin. I think it's absolutely stunning.
It is very highly detailed, and I will let you know that over 200 are now gone. It is customer top rated, so if you want to read the reviews that people have written about this, please, by all means, go ahead. It's the first day we've done this on the easy payment plan, so you can do the 3 easy payments of under $18 a month. I love the gold presence, and even in the top portion of the body right here, beautiful? The beading is so detailed and so intricate, and you can see with that little bit of the antiquing that's down in there, that it allows that to be so textural, and then the body and the wings are that deep shade of almost, again, like that Prussian blue kind of color, and then the red, the green, the crosses, the work, like there's so much detail you can feel on this piece.
It's amazing, and truly, when you said antiquing on the gold, it is like a Russian antique gold.
Yeah.
This is when Joan and I went to St. Petersburg, and we were honored to be taken, what I said, backstage. I called it backstage at the Hermitage Museum, but we were in the workrooms at the Hermitage where they were repairing the artifacts, where there were Faberge pieces that weren't even out on display.
Right.
And because it was Joan, and she's such an incredible collector of Faberge, they allowed us to pick the pieces up, turn them over, look at them. So we know firsthand what these really true Russian works of art really truly look like. And it was about that color gold, and it was about the enamel work and the beautiful muted colors. I like that the red is a cranberry. The blue is a very deep, as you said, like a Prussian blue. There's a little bit of green, but it's a very, very dark peridot green.
Yes.
The little cabochon on the back on his little butt is a true ruby red. Very, very, very Russian in flavor. We called it the Imperial bee because it really reminded us of the Imperial Palace.
Yep.
All that incredible Rococo work with the dark, dark, beautiful shades of gold. So when we were touching these objects at the Hermitage Museum, you get inspired. That's where the first thought of a new design starts.
Yeah.
And it was very easy to put this together. It was very easy to say, oh, we need to do. It's our very first Russian-inspired bee.
Well, I'm sure it was very easy to figure out what you wanted,
easy
but
to
easy
think
to
about.
execute.
I should never say easy to do. They're terribly hard.
Yeah,
You're right.
no, to execute this, I mean,
just tricky.
this is one of those, and by the way, that this is very popular, just to let you know, in these 3 easy payments. When you get this at home, there is no way we would ever be able to hold this still enough for the camera to ever be able to come in close enough to truly see how detailed, not just the beadwork, but the pieces. It's almost mill-graining in between the beadwork that is so incredibly fine.
The shot that's set up here, you actually are seeing a lot of that fine. It's almost like a coin edge or beadwork that is so small. There's a special tool that the model maker uses to actually create that mill grain. It's stunning. It
very
really
labor intensive.
Oh yeah, and then enameling on top of that, which is again something that we only trusted certain of our manufacturers to even do.
This is very true. I have been lucky enough in my past in my career here at QVC to try my hand at enameling a fashion jewelry
did you go to Providence, or where were you?
It was in Providence that I did this, and you literally have a syringe in your hand with the tiniest little needle.
It's only for the steady-handed.
It's only for the steady-handed, and if you use too much, it overfills your chamber or the cavity and it spills out and over the top. And if that happens, your piece is ruined.
It's
so
done.
Case in point, when you come right down here, right there, if there was just a hint of too much red used, it would spill over the top.
Yep, and we destroy them.
It's ruined, it's done,
yep.
it's destroyed.
And then what we do to protect our quality and our brand and our name, we destroy anything that's not perfect.
Right.
So if the enamel maker is, you know, well, this one's good, we just ran a little bit over on that one dot of red, they are taken and they're destroyed.
You don't say nope.
No,
you know,
so
it's not like,
and I just don't want to see somebody else, you know, say, well, it was fine enough for us, we'll take it. No, this is our quality. I love his little cabochon on his butt. It's so sweet.
It's so cute.
Just
and then,
so
of course,
darling.
on his face, he has the little emerald crystal eyes.
Absolutely.
And even the detail on his face is not generic. It almost looks like a pine cone texture that you see right there.
And if you actually blow up a picture of a bee, they have this very funny texture on their stinger, which is exactly that. And by the way, a nice generous pin back.
Itself.
It's actually, sometimes when pins get very small, the pin back is so small you have trouble pinning it on.
Yes.
This is almost an inch long of pin back, and it's that simple pin back with a little catch. So very easy to put on.
Even on a slightly thicker jacket, you should be okay.
Absolutely. And then on the wing there, you're seeing the Joan Rivers brand. Everything is always signed by us, which I think you should always look for. Make sure you see that name inside a Joan piece.
Yeah. To verify its authenticity.
Yep, you got it.
And just to let you know, I know at least 800 of these have now been ordered, and it's popular in the show today. We're getting limited now, I believe, in this pin if you would like to pick this up. And this is one of Joan's bee pins.
Yeah.
This is something you wear because you love it, because it's beautiful. It's also something you wear perhaps because of the symbolism of being able to achieve the impossible. But this is something that you may collect just because you're a Joan Rivers collector.
Absolutely.
Or you are a bee collector. So, I mean, the pins that I have, I sort of all have on display. There's you know that I have 2 bags that I carry around here at QVC.
Yep, I know.
I have one that has one fashion jewelry line sort of all over the outside, and then I have another one that has Joan Rivers bee pins all around the outside.
Nice
and then I have some
inspiration.
other bees as well that I also have at home that I love to just look at. These are some of those that I never want to put away. I always want to look at them because of their intricacy and detail.
Absolutely. I mean, we really approach the bee pin very differently than anything else we do because it is, honestly, it's the very first piece of jewelry Joan sold on the air at QVC. She recreated the pin that Edgar made for her. And you know what? They've had a great meaning to Joan in her life, great meaning to a lot of you. It's really is about let's get through life. We can do it. We can achieve the impossible. And if, you know, if they're saying your son's not going to graduate, guess what? He will. If you're saying, nope, you're not going to get that raise, you are going to get the raise. And believe in yourself, believe in achieving the impossible. On a very different note, I wear my little tailored bee pin on my lapel.
I know, I noticed that.
Which our designers made for us when Joan passed. It was an older design that we hadn't made, but I wear that, you know, every day to remind myself to just keep Joan near my heart. And it's a great way, I'm going to choke up, sorry, but it is a really nice way to remember her, you know, and I'm going to go, sorry. But it's you know, she meant a lot to a lot of people, and when I see the bee, I instantly think of Joan, which is so great.
No, I do too, and I always will.
Sorry.
It's okay, honey. It's okay. And I think a lot of us
Just when you think you're out of the woods, boom.
No, are you kidding me? 5 years from now, randomly,
no,
you'll be hit with a Mack truck.
But the bees particularly held a place in our heart, and we're very, very, very important to Joan as well.
And the message I think that it sends really is so beautiful. You might be purchasing this for yourself, but very often, I mean, even when it's not traditional gift-giving season around the holidays, we have always talked about, do you know someone who maybe is up for a job promotion or maybe getting back into the workforce or is having a major change in their life happen, or there's been a loss in the family? It's always nice to be able to give that person a gift just to let you know that you're thinking about them, but it's even more special when that gift comes with a very important message attached to it, because it's just, it can give somebody that you know that little bit of a boost that they need to get back on track and do whatever it is they need to do.
Be okay. You know, you will get what you need in life. Everything happens for a reason. I live by that. And sometimes little things that help me get through the day are things like that.
So it really is a beautiful piece in the collection. The only bee pin that we're taking a look at in the entire 2 hours, and it happens to be on 3 easy payments. So customer top rating and all of these wonderful stories aside, maybe you've always wanted to pick up one of Joan's brooches or pins, but maybe it just wasn't the day for you. On 3 easy payments of $17.67 a month, today might be your day to swing that. It's J294782, her Imperial bee pin with all those glorious colors and detail.